Yeah, welcome back, guys. Today, today let's see where we left off yesterday. I just took the git diff of what we managed to do yesterday. It's just we managed to get the features negotiation working, and also we fixed one bug where we had a different incorrect size of the requests, which QBLK requests. These are the major changes. I mean, like, this is the most important change we did yesterday. We also managed to do some cosmetical change, but overall, this is it. We just managed to fix the entire flow just by changing two things, and I was wondering if we could just yeah, we managed to write an example to see if we can write to the which.io block address. And today let's add the read example, and then once the read is done, we can just put them all together into some interface. So then we can just call block with the block number and the input. That's it. It should be the high level helper, and everything else should be abstracted, and we'll work on that today. Overall, where we are writing our own kernel, and we have almost certain parts of it working, and we want a file system, and that's how we ended up into the block layer, and we are currently working which.io as the backend. And yeah, we are trying to make the proper which.io requests, and which we managed to get it working yesterday. So let's continue. So if we can, I can just comment everything that I do, so it'll be easy to keep track of things. What's the flag to add and commit? I forgot. Okay, let's just add it. There's something that will add and commit together. I forgot the flag. It's date changes on date April 11th. Yesterday's changes. If I can put the password. No, I don't remember the password. Must be. I don't know. Wait. Okay, I managed to find a password. It's just password. Well, it's a security leak. I just leaked my password. Okay, whatever. And if we just manage to start with what are the things we need, let's just write down what we need, so that we'll get an understanding of what we have managed to do today. Today we have to refactor this entire thing into a helper. So let's write the to do, and it's just what's the to do? It's tests with a read example, and then I also need to group both read and write into high level helpers, high level API. Okay, these are two things that we need to do today. And let's start with reading. Let's read the as we know, in the 1000th block currently we wrote we have what we wrote yesterday. Let's just read it. Bash builds, and if we go here and if we try next image, and if we grep for weight, and you can see we have that in the 1000 sector. So let's quit it and let's change it to in request. And if we change it to in request, then data does not have to own anything. It's just a buffer of 512 bytes, and we have to add because this buffer is supposed to be writable, we also have to give write permissions. Yeah, write. And what else? Nothing much changes because we may prepare the request. It's just the request type has changed, and we have the buffer. It's of the same size, but we have increased added the extra permissions, and then we have the status, which is already the same. And this does not change because currently we are making only one request, and we still take the last index, and if we check, as long as the last index is not updated, we keep looping, and then we get it, and finally we print it. Maybe we can print that before making the request once, just to confirm things. Okay, we are making requests here, so let's run. Let's paste it here, and we'll just see zeros. Probably we can fill it with zeros then, so it'll be a bit easier. And now I can just run it. As you can see, initially we have zeros, which is 48, and then we have updated the status bit, and finally after the status bit we are printing the same thing. We have 75, which is K, and we have this is the actual Y hash thing, and then we have the rest of the block, and it worked perfectly. So now we know that both read and write are working. Done both read and write to block works. Maybe we can add an extra step today, so we can try to batch multiple requests, because that is also possible. Currently we have it static because currently we always push it to ring 0, which is not the case. We can actually push to as many ring values we have, and currently it's 12, so we should be able to batch 12 requests at a time. And yeah, so let's start with the helper then now. So did we write any helpers? If we go back to which block, read, write, update, we don't have anything related to read block and write block. We do have, okay, we have block driver.h. Did we implement anything? No, not at all. So we have the I remember it. So our design has actually 3 parts. We have the VHS layer, the virtual file system layer, that is gonna interact with block layer, which is this this H file block driver, but this block driver can actually implement multiple backends, right? So there's three different cases. Which IO is an actual backend, which IO is not a block driver API layer. This will be the block driver API layer, and which IO will be a backend, like an actual physical driver implementation. So our block layer can abstract away as many as different physical devices, and the VHS layer just has to call what is it? Just block read and block write, nothing much. It does not have to do anything else. So probably we'll just create a new file here. It should be block driver .c, and we should be able to start writing. And what do we want to write here? We want to we just copy paste the entire thing, nothing much. Because this whole thing is supposed to be inside that helper, but there's lots of allocation happening. Can we allocate from there? I don't know, we'll try. My KLOC is a bit weird, so it will fuck me. But it should work, Shit. My undid something else. Did we come back to our setup? Where are we? Yeah. No, we did not undo enough. Already the newest change. Okay, maybe this is not okay. This is the to do. Fine. Okay. Now we redid the change, and we update try batch requests, read and write works now, and we just have to and we'll try this. No, then just we. Sometimes I fucking forget. Let's just copy the entire thing. Yeah, this should be enough. We copy it and we just save it, and we can go back here and we can paste it. Now we just import all the things that it needs. First of all, probably it needs it needs Kernel. It needs the global bitmap array. What else? I think I should put that bitmap array inside some header file so I can just include it. It's getting a bit messy. Let's see if we move it to where the fuck is MMU? Okay, and if we go here And go to MMA hard search. And paste it here. Let's see if it works. We did only one change. So I don't know. We'll see. Let's just git diff just to be sure. Shit. I have to git diff this fault. Okay, I've moved that and also I've moved that. Nothing much, yeah. Everything else is just the same. And I moved it into the header file. Yeah, this is yesterday's change. I guess I have to add it to the yesterday's change. Yeah, but it's too late for that. Okay, now it's here. Let's run it and see if it actually works first of all, or if it breaks the entire thing. If it breaks, then probably we'll have to map it somewhere. But it actually uses one of the segment I have allocated in linker, I guess. So I don't know, maybe it will work. Let's see. Bash. Okay, I have added that inside where duplicate in kmain and handlers.c because probably I called them as extend there, maybe. In kmain, which line? It's a linker error, so we won't get lines. Did I redefine it here anywhere? Well, probably it's just handlers.c then. Yeah, we have it as extend. Let's just remove that. That was what I was gonna do for my case, because if we can just set it to extend, we should get it linked properly anyway. But then it's a bit messy for every time I create a new file and where I have to use kmalloc. I'll have to call this extend, and it's just so fucking annoying. So what now? Duplicate symbol. Define that kmain.c. Okay, let's try to see what the fuck we have defined. Where is my kmain? It's here. And did I define anything? It says kmalloc is here. Kmalloc is not the one I changed, is it? What happened to my block driver? Okay, this block driver is not yet ready. Maybe even here I have allocate them. I don't have anything else. Okay, it's time to just search. So handlers.c just uses it and everyone else is just using it. What do you mean I have a duplicate symbol? Did I not save my fucking kmain.c? Probably some include file has it. We have it in one place, which is mmu.h. Okay, maybe wherever I include it, everywhere it will try to allocate it. Yeah, makes sense. Because header file is not supposed to be. Then how do I mean, I can use extend and include it everywhere, and it should work just fine. But I'm wondering, is there any way I don't have to do it? Maybe I put it inside a function. Where's kmalloc defined? It is in mmu.c. Then I just need to put it here. Nothing much. Now it should be good. Because I am going to only import this. Okay, I also need this as a variable. Why do I need this as a variable? I mean, I have it here. Why can't I just take it? Maybe I have to refactor it. Because passing this around does not make any sense. Okay, let's refactor it. We have to change it everywhere. That's a lot of places to change, but we have no choice. We don't want this anymore. We simply want you just give kmalloc size, and probably we might want to add permissions, which we can do in some other time when we actually need it, and we are like stuck, and we won't be able to get past the stage without adding that functionality. At that point we can add it. As of now, let's just remove this, and we will pass it like this. Yeah, we have it, and we passed the address. Nothing much, right? Hopefully. Okay, what else is here? We have to fix the signature everywhere, and I think we should not do it like this. We remove it and we put it inside mmu.h. So just have this. Now everyone has access to it. It's just going to take a size, nothing much. So now kmalloc, wherever I use it, I simply just pass one argument, and here I don't need it because mmu.h is already defined, and inside kmalloc I simply remove this. Why do I even chose this design? So fucking annoying. Maybe I just wanted to get it working, only that's all. What other kmlocks are there? Fixed it, fixed it, fixed it, fixed it. Okay, we need to fix this. Fixed it. And here we put it here. No, no, no. Put D and E. And here, same thing, D and E. And what else? The same thing here, D and E. Same thing. Hopefully it will work. I'm doing all these changes, and if something just breaks, I guess I have to figure out a way to properly make it working if it breaks. Because this is going to be a big issue eventually someday. It's gonna hurt us, so yeah, we better change it today. Maybe I could just put a replace all, but I don't know if everything has same structure. I mean, it does have same structure. And we have the MMU, and we also have it somewhere in block driver. Okay, this is what we are gonna write. Okay. Maybe we should have copied the new version. No, we are doing the same thing again. Oh, fuck it. Anything else? I think it's all done. I believe it's done. Let's try to compile it and see how many errors we get. Okay, we do have some errors. We only have one error, that's good. I was expecting at least 10. So that's a lot better than we are trying to update it, I guess, somewhere, and we are getting error. Okay, we allocate it and we try to add it. And do we use this variable anywhere else after that? No. We don't really use it. Then we can just move it outside of this too. because this can also be done in MMU. Yeah, I think it can be done. Just need a helper. It should be void init bitmap, and it's going to take a void star bitmap. Let's define it here. Void init bitmap, and it's going to take a void star bitmap, and it's simply just going to allocate global dot buffer equals to bitmap. Nothing much. That is all. Maybe it can also print it. Okay, we have that, so we can remove it here. And we just call init bitmap with bitmap, and it's void star, so it will automatically. Maybe you can just put un star, right? I can put it there. I'll convert it to unit map. That's it. Let's try. Everything works perfectly. I mean, we didn't do much. We just moved around a little bit because that variable was a bit annoying, because every time I had to allocate, if it's a new file, then I have to import all those extents, and then I have to pass it every time, because kmalloc is supposed to only have the size and probably the permissions, not a bitmap buffer that is keeping track of all the memory that is already used, because that is the internal implementation. So yeah, we managed to fix that. Interesting. What else? Now we can, maybe we'll just add it. So what did we change? We have changed handlers. We have changed kmain.c, and we have changed the signature everywhere, and we have added an example, added a helper that can initialize it, and nothing much. Everything else is just signature change. Yeah, and we just initialized the actual bitmap array within mmu.c, and inside that we just pass this as address. Nothing much, nothing changes. Okay. Okay. share of Kernel. Okay. And what else? Oh fuck, this dark file got added to it. I did not want to add that dark file. I wanted to add it to git ignore, so it will be always ignored. Fuck it. Okay, whatever. Okay, now that we have that, we should be able to go back into our block driver code and just call kmalloc, and all I have to do is include it should be mmu.h, and it's not mmu.h. And do I need anything else? Why is it erroring out? Okay, I don't have a block here, that's why it's erroring out. Okay, and we will have to if we are allocating a buffer, that means it's a read operation, because for write operation the user is gonna pass the data. So let's just put that then. It's going to return char star read includes block driver.h. Maybe it's block read, and it's going to, why does it need, okay, yeah, for reading the user will actually pass a empty buffer, and for writing the user will pass an actual buffer. So both cases we need a buffer. Fine. So let's just put data here then. Read data, read, and it should be sector. Uint sector and data. And did I have the proper signature? It's blocked hatch. Even for read, I need sector. It should be event 32 sector and char buffer. It's not, it's just a char buffer. I don't know why I'm giving it like this. And write also takes event 32 sector and buffer. Maybe we also need size. Our size can be implied from okay, we'll add size to I mean, the signature looks almost the same then in both cases. It's just sector, buffer, and size. Okay. star buffer, and finally we have the size, that is even 64 size, and someone would have came locked it, so we don't need that. We don't need that. We are reading, so we don't need this part. Let's add some good prints. Let's put block read. Block read operation. It's going to be just block read. And this is our high level helper, and it's going to be like this. This we have yes, and we have, I think it's just it's a define, so I can just, how do I put it inside a string? And I have to put it in const static, but that's I want it to be compile time. I want it to be compile time. Let's try. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. We'll think about something else then. And what else? I think it will work. As long as it does not have any operators. I guess in C every string will be just one string. I think so. I don't know. We'll try. Block read and starting to read sector size. Okay, so we have two things. We have sector, which is sector, and size. And then we need lots of imports. We need to import this entire rich queue. I think it's just simply we import what include which block.hatch. we initialize the requests and we pass in the sector. Let's put to do here. And this need to be dynamic. And then we have prepared requests. Prepared requests. That's it. It's not going to show anything else. And then I don't need okay, I need and I just put in 32 I need which IO object. Why do I need that? What the fuck? What is that? Ah, okay. Those stuff, the ones that I have added here. These three stuff. Overall, this entire thing. I think these things can go inside. One helper. It needs to be accessible for every block read and block write. So where should I put it? Inside which IO will take this entire thing. And we cut it, paste it, and move it inside. Move it inside block. And we call it init void init which IO backend. And it needs one input, which is we do need one input. I guess it's what's the input? It's drive info. So it's event 64 drive info register. And you can put drive info register here. and we can move all these as static. Here. Okay, I cannot use kmalloc. Oh, fuck me. No, it's still possible. I just have to, what is it? I have to go back and define those things. I just define those things in a static 3 addresses because it only has 1, 2, 3 and 4, just 4 uints. I can do that. It should be uint 64 global which IO addresses, and it's going to be static. And it's only be 4 addresses. Is it okay to mutate static variables? I don't know. We'll try. And let's define no definition is needed. We'll just update it directly. If global which address 0 will be which objects, and global which address 1 would be which queue descriptor objects, and then we have global which address 2 which is which queue avail objects, and the final thing which is global which address 3. This init function will be called only once, so yeah, I guess it's fine. As long as global variables are mutable. I don't know if global variables are mutable. I think they are. I'll just put 0 initially. And then now we have global addresses and we can use it here. Here it would be struct which IO Wait, I think I created that Vichayo class. Where's that? Okay, it's not in here, so it must be here. So this is the class I'm talking about. It's just which IO. So it should be here. So okay, I don't need struct because it's type deft. Which IO star which IO object equal to which IO star and it's global address 0. I'm converting that value to this. And what else? I need also avail flag, and it should be which queue avail. Struct. And what else I need? I need used objects. Also avail object is 2, descriptor is 1, 2 is avail, and 3 is used. And we have used object just 3 and which queue used and destruct which queue avail used is descriptor, right? So it's just descriptor. No, it is avail. Okay, avail and used. I think everything else is just the same thing. Let me just close it. Now we should be able to call this block read from kmain. From kmain we also have to call one more thing, which is now this newest member. We don't need any of this. We have managed to copy everything into that, and we can remove all of this. We only need the data location, and before that we'll also call the initialization, so it's init Vichayo driver, and it's going to take, no, not this. I think I have to register this thing here inside block driver.h, and then put here and if I go back to my k-main, I should call init. What the fuck did I call? Let's just fuck it. And you can do it. And it's just going to be drive info of 10. So we initialize the backend. This is really important. We initialize the entire virtual registers and backend addresses, and then we can call this and say, what is it? Return address is the size. Okay, so if we go to k-main, we should get event64 red equal to block. Why is block read not here? You have to include it. Include block driver.hatch. Where's my fucking code? Why do I get errors in locations? It's not even, I didn't even touch those parts. Okay, probably it's because this. And what do I write here? It's block read. And I want to read from block 1000 of size and buffers data. And size is 512. Okay, if everything goes well, now we also have to add it to our new builds. Where's my... Okay, I have the virtual block, so I can add it here. It's going to be driver slash block driver. What is that? Let's just copy related parts. And yeah. And I can also add it here. It should be, let's say here, block driver. Okay. Hopefully that is all. If we can get through all the errors. Builds. What the fuck do you mean by that? Probably because it's in a different storage, a different folder. I think I guess I have to put this. Where am I? I'm here. I go one block and another block and score MMU. But shouldn't it just work? I think it should just work. If the error is just I have added semicolon, fucking hell. Why the fuck did I add semicolon here? Okay, now we have one error which is still file not found. Why? mmu.h. And that does not find quarter. How do we include things here? Oh, okay, we have to give the full thing. That's sad. Okay, it's not bad. I'll just put this. What the fuck? Oh my god. Okay, so if I have to include it here, then maybe, but how did I include it inside which? Okay, I did not include anything here, that's why. I think I'm coupling things wrongly. I have to separate things into proper folders so that certain things should only stay within that folder. That's the wrong thing. That's why we end up in this situation. Oh, fuck. Whatever. We'll think about it some other day when it actually hurts us. Right now, let's just put relative paths. We go back one step and we go back another step. We put core and mmu.h. And block driver.h is there. Which IO is this? We go back one step, go back another step. No. Which do we have? We have drivers. Fucking hell. It is hell. If we go back one step, we should get drivers. Okay. What the fuck do you need now? I'm inside block. If I go one step, okay, I won't be outside. Okay. Then if I go one back, I could just put which okay, now what? Okay, now we have at least passed the initial fucking error and we end up in the biggest mistake that we made. Okay, it's just integer conversion, we can get away with it. I thought that design was gonna fuck me up because it just says integer conversion, so it's fine, we can get around it. And where is it? You just put unit 34. Copy this and put it here, paste, put it here, paste, put it here, paste. Okay, that's one issue over. Now what's the next issue? Undeclared add which IO page. What the fuck is that? Why do you not know where to go about this? Is it not defined anywhere? It must be defined somewhere. It's defined inside mmu.c. Why is it not in mmu.h then? How hard is it to add it to mmu.h? It shouldn't be. Probably I was just lazy, so I always used extend, which is just so fucking annoying in the long run. Let's remove that. Okay, we got past. Probably we got past that. Now what's there? Convert to physical. Okay. I think that is here. I think. Where did I define that? Okay, it is convert to physical and it's static inline. Then we move it. Move it to mmu.h. Maybe I should just keep it as. I think I should keep it as a macro, then it would be far simpler instead of making it as. Okay, it's runtime, so then I need to have it somewhere. Okay, I moved that, so it should be available. Now now we have conflicting block reads. What is the conflict? Okay, it's char star. I'll fix that. It's wrong. It should not return char star because we are taking that as inputs. How can you return it as char star? And it's simply going to return u int 64 and it's going to return this which q block used objects ring 0 dot length. Okay, and what else? I think we have one more error, which is kernel to user space. Probably that's also hard coded in .c. Where is it? Okay, I think I use it here a lot. Yeah, I have used it in 3 places. Okay, I'll just copy this and I put it inside MMU, because the MMU should be the actual place. Put it here, and we actually put it here. I'll remove these two things. Now what? God, kernel to user space. Okay, I declared it. Where did I declare it? In kmain.c. Okay. I don't need this. Okay. And if I build it and run it, it's working. Oh, fuck. As I said, in C strings, if we don't put any operation, it will be just considered as a single string. Yeah, that's what I mean. I have used it previously somewhere like that, because this is a string and you don't concatenate, you just put another string nearby. It will just consider it as a single string. I guess it's easy to separate strings so that it will be readable instead of having it one big block. So how are we gonna test it? We have to test it like where the fuck am I? Okay, we have read from that block. Let's write to that block and then read. We write to the block, and data is data of 1 equals a two, 3, 5, 6. We write it and then we read into this buffer, and we can remove this as my fucking. I can remove this. Remove this, and I can put it inside kmain. So we wrote the first thing, and then we currently it's 77777. Let's see if it converted into, I think, 41. What? Redefinition. Okay. 41 or 10 something. Undefined symbol block right. What do you mean? Okay, I haven't yet implemented block writes. Ah, fuck. Okay, let's do that. It should be in my block C, and it's the entire file, so we put here V and Shift G, and you yank it, paste it, convert it into write, and you starting to write. Right, prepared request, you say out. And we remove this because we don't need write permissions when we are writing into the, because we just read from the buffer and write to it. Okay, now let's try. Okay, something fucked up. Let's see, what are we doing? We actually wrote write operation is done. And when we try to read it back after status bit 0, we are stuck. Why is that? Maybe it's because it's multiple requests, because currently we are always putting it into request 0. Maybe that's the issue. But if we once use a field, are we not supposed to use it again? Maybe. Okay, let's see if we can change that. And it should be 4, 5, 6, because 1, 2, and 3 would be used by reads. We'll use 4, 5, and 6, and we'll use ring 2, and index is ring 1, and index is 1. Increment it to 2. Well, let's try. I don't know, we are still hard coding everything, but if it works, then we can make it dynamic. No, it didn't work, because it says the old errors. Probably it's because of our alignments. Okay, we are doing write operation first. That means we have to do the opposite. This stays as it is, and here in the reads we change it to 4, and then we change it to 1, and we change it to 2, maybe I guess I have to notify, but it's notifying Q, not the index, so maybe this will stay 0, I guess so. Let's change this to 1 and change this to 1. Let's see. Okay, it worked. So that's it. We were able to write zeros, and we have 65, which is A. I think 65 is A, because if we go by right hand 3, what I have 65 of is 65, yeah. So it is working, and to make it dynamic, we actually have to properly keep track of what is the index and update it. I guess we can do it next time. Let's write a to-do here then. Currently, you can only make 2 requests, fast write and then read as all the index within avail and used blocks are static. There's 1, 2, 3, and then 4, 5, 6 with index 0 and 1. Make this process dynamic, so we can read and write without having to update index. It should be done automatically. Okay, this is what we want to do. But yeah, overall everything works. We managed to convert our initial write example into read, and then we managed to move every k-malloc around, so we don't have to pass global bitmap, which was my own thing that I removed. And then we added the block write and block read API when we moved all the things into it, and we changed our own stuff, and finally things are working. Now we are able to write to a ext file system, not file system, est blocked image, and we can update the blocks, update the sector with size, and it works perfectly. Okay, thank you guys. I'll see you next week. Thank you. Bye bye.